have a child and whether that has shaped my philosophy. I was thinking, like, I'm just melty with empathy right now, so I'm glad I'm not starting the book now. I'd be like, everyone is wonderful. You need a little edge, I guess, to write the memoir. I loved being in Woj's class. She basically gave us inordinate amounts of freedom, and then we'd pop in when we needed help. And she, I don't know, yeah, she's kind of like, we were like, is she ditzy? I don't know, but then she was kind of brilliant. It was like amazing. So yeah, and then when we were dealing with the school board issue, I think there was a lot of pressure to not publish. You know, someone left their job from that, and a lot of people were humiliated, and humiliated probably rightfully, but and so it was fun to have her kind of. We were like, should we do this? Should we publish this? And you were like, yes, we're going to do it. So it was nice to have you stand up for us. And I remember at some point, I had just started. I was one of the page editors, and we laid out our pages on paper. We cut them out with blades, and then with X-Acto blades, and then we pasted them on the page, and they had to be, with hot wax. Yeah, it was hot wax. That's right. And I just started, and before that we were working at PageMaker, and so I had laid out my page, and it had taken me a really long time, and then one of the editors-in-chief had come by and said, reorganize this and this and this. And I went to Woj, and I was like, can you believe she did that? It's really horrible. And Woj said, oh, it's a very steep learning curve. I was like, so she was, kind of like that sometimes, which I kind of liked. And then it turned out, what took me like 3 hours that year, the next year took me 5 minutes. So she was right. It was like, but no, I really loved it. We played music. It was just amazing. It was amazing. And I loved being, I loved bossing people around. It was really fun. It was like the only time I've really been able to do that. And yeah, it was great. And we would stay up really late, and we would eat candy, and it felt very important. So having children, I'm glad. My mom was saying that when I was struggling with maybe some of the same questions you're struggling with, how can I write this book that might offend people? And how can I be so selfish as to work on a memoir? My mom was saying, you have to understand your history so that you don't repeat it. So that you can choose whether to repeat it or not. So it's not just a sort of accident. And she was also saying it's a good idea to do your first big creative project before you have children. And my God, she was saying it a lot, and I thought, oh, she's really emphasizing this. But I wish she might as well have just shaken me, just because now I have no sleep. I couldn't, it would be so hard to start this now. It would be or be in the middle of it and realize that it was gonna take a year to get back to it. With our son, it's like, if I pay attention to him and give him energy, it's so obvious that it's worthy. But with the book, for many years, it wasn't obvious I was ever going to get anywhere. So I could never have not given attention to our son and focused it on kind of, swimming around for a decent sentence for several weeks or something. This is a long way of saying, I'm really happy that I got close to the end of this book before we had a child, and I hope that having a child will make me a more soulful, loving person. I don't know what it's going to do. Right now it's just making me tired. happy and tired.
You are already soulful.